Sawadee Krap and welcome to another episode here for the Funked Pod and Media Prof react to anything. this time I'm reacting, or I'm just recapping my thoughts on the World Cup 2022. So congratulations, Lionel Messi, you made it. And before I even talk about what I plan to talk about, yes, I do have a plan. It was the perfect ending, right? Messi winning the World Cup. That would be like the perfect storybook Hollywood ending. But he already said he's not going to retire. He's going to keep playing. He wants to wear the shirt with the 3 stars on it. Beginners, 3 stars, please. Talk about when you're in the 4-star club. Yes, we have to be cocky here. Fair enough, I guess. But I mean, it would have been the perfect ending, wouldn't it? But okay. I mean, congratulations to Argentina. They were the better team for 80 minutes or so no doubt about that. And if you can't score on a penalty kick, you just don't deserve it, I guess. So everyone's saying it's the best finale ever. Is it? I mean, it was exciting for sure, and I was happy that it was nice watching because I didn't really have any horse involved in the race, right? So I'm like, yeah, cool, sure, whatever. But maybe that's why I don't think it's the best finale ever, because I didn't really necessarily root it for anyone. I rooted against both. Not that I don't like the Messi story in general, but as documented so many times, Argentina are sore losers, but they're also sore winners, right? Making fun of the losers and so on with the Netherlands, now with Mbappe and so on. So it's hard to just be happy for them. France, as a German, it's just hard to be happy for France. It would have been terrible. Just imagine if they would have won. It would be their 3rd World Cup victory within like 24 years. That's too much. So I guess it turned out okay. But yeah, the story is great. But the thing that now bothers me now, that's what I'm reacting to, is just. So I live in Thailand, right? So I did try to watch the German stream as much as possible, simply also because I think I'm losing my German skills. So I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to the German stream. But German television didn't stream all the games. And it's like here, like 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. I didn't watch the 2 a.m. games. But 10 p.m. is just, okay, just stream it. And then sometimes the German streams aren't on the TV that streams on free TV, but they are like behind like a paywall. It's like from the communications provider in Germany, Telekom, T-Mobile. They have something that's called Magenta, because that's the color, right? Magenta TV, and so they would stream all the games, but I didn't want to pay for that, to be honest. So then I watched it on other streams that I somehow paid for, and it's mostly either Canadian or American or Thai, but Thai sports commentary is just not great usually. That's why I don't watch much Thai. So, and I talked about this before, right? The German stream or the German TV broadcast is like 80% about the human rights and stuff. It died a bit down in the end, but they still talked about like what's happening in Doha and Qatar, and that journalist died again. And it's an American journalist, and none of the American streams mentioned it, like broadcasts that I watched, like none of them like mentioned it. It was crazy. Like, what? I mean, yeah, it might have been natural causes. Let's hope that it's nothing else, but what? No one's mentioning that? The only broadcaster that I saw mentioning it in more detail was an MMA broadcast. Like, come on, please. And also they didn't talk about, like, isn't it a bit convenient that or coincident? Isn't that a bit of a coincidence while there's being stuff sold right outside my studio? Yeah, so isn't it a bit of a coincidence that the guy who wears a rainbow shirt and dies from a bronchitis, is that how I pronounce it? Bronchitis, right? Huh. So no one talks about that. No, and also Canadian, American streams, broadcasts did not lose a single word on like the human rights issues. Neither did the British stream that I watched a few times, the British broadcast. I think I think I've heard like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 mentions of it when I watched the British broadcast with some of my friends, but that's about it. Like, and now it's the best World Cup ever. And in Germany, and I'm not saying everything is perfect in Germany, so please don't misunderstand, but in Germany, we're making fun of that. Like, it's like, Qatar says it was the best World Cup ever, and we're like, yeah, best World Cup ever, right? But in the US, in Canada, in many other even Western countries, obviously, or like also here in Thailand, of course, or in Japan, they're all running with it and they're serious about it. Like, what? Like, excuse me? Did we forget how many thousand people died, construction workers died during the World Cup? And we're like, awesome, best tournament ever. Like, so the plan worked out, right? For Qatar, the plan worked out. Like, what? See, we can enjoy the games, yes. Congratulations to all the teams. Congratulations to Messi. Congratulations to Morocco for being like unbelievable, the underdog. What a great story, right? I wish they would have made it to the final. Fantastic story. But we can celebrate this, but we can also look at what is happening in Qatar. I mean, it's not like either or. You can look at both things, right? You can celebrate Morocco, you can celebrate the games, and you can look at Qatar and saying, well, what the fuck is happening? And I'm missing this, but now I'm just hating on American broadcast just because American and Canadian streams were the ones that I paid for and to watch. And like I said, I saw some British, I think 2 games on the British broadcast, and they also didn't mention much about it. So I don't know. Here in Thailand also, there's no word about it, of course. And I asked my Japanese friends, and I have like a few of those that I play volleyball with, but we're of course following football. And I asked them like, how's the broadcast in Japan? Is there anything? They're like, no, we're all just hyped. It's like after they beat Germany, they're all just hyped, and there's no word on Qatar and the issues, human rights, anything. It's all just like best, awesome World Cup, let's go. Crazy. And the question now is why? And because we talked about this before, right? We talked about like bad news or good news too. But in this case, good news or better news. Why? Because if someone tells you what you want to watch is crap, is bad, don't support it, then maybe a few people are like, okay, I'm not watching. Like in Germany, we did have, I have friends in Germany who said they're not watching it just because of that, right? So that's why you didn't want, as a media outlet, you don't want to spread that message. You're like, no, you come back and watch with us, of course, just watch here. And that's why you go with the, it's so awesome, look at this, best World Cup ever, and tune in again, bigger, better, yay. So that's why that I think most outlets decided to not be critical. Also, of course, sponsorships, like the sponsors that sponsor the World Cup, McDonald's, whoever, they also sponsor those outlets, of course, those broadcasting stations, and like, hey, if you broadcast the event, we paid like $7 gazillion for the sponsor, you better be nice about it, and because you want our sponsorship money too, don't you? So I think that's a big part too. So it's overall, I think the reporting from a journalistic point of view was disappointing. From a spectator point of view, of course, it was fantastic. The tournament was great. It had upsets, it had underdogs, it had like dramatic finale, fantastic. Like from a spectator point of view, with no horse in the race, fantastic. With someone with a horse in the race, the wrong horse in the race, not fantastic, but just looking at the games, it was the World Cup with the most goals scored, like 1 goal more than I think last year or last time in Russia, I think, and like 1 goal more than in 2014 when the best World Cup ever happened. So 1 goal more than back then. So yeah, great, all good from a spectator point of view, and also the no alcohol thing, right? I don't drink anyway, so I was like, yeah, cool. And lots of people in the interviews, at least on German TV that they interviewed, that they said like, actually, at first we thought, yeah, sucks. But then we thought, hey, actually kind of cool because everyone is so friendly. Everyone's having fun. So I'm not hating on this. I think that's a great idea. I would love to go to events where there's no alcohol. The biggest thing, like here in Thailand right now, there's like a new Muay Thai event series, which looks very promising, which looks kind of cool. And I would like to go there, but they advertise with like, come buy a ticket and get free flow beer. And I'm like, I don't want to sit there next to drunk idiots who are yelling like, yeah, hit him harder. So I do like if that there's no alcohol or like less alcohol involved when you watch sporting events, football games in this case. So I'm definitely not hating on this. I also don't hate on being in a different time. Like half the world is in a different time than the Western world. So why not? Like be accommodating, please. Come on, don't be like that. So no problem with that. Only problem is really like with the human rights issues, and that lots of states/broadcasters just didn't give a F about it. And that's just very disappointing. Because like I said, you can broadcast the games as an awesome game, but you can maybe also shine a light on what's not so awesome at that point, and open some eyes there. And I think that there was lots of missed opportunities because usually it's not that easy to film in Qatar, right? Also, like one of the German media members said, like this right now, like after the first issues they had, like that came to light in the very beginning, you might have seen that lead up to the World Cup, like in the first week or so. Afterwards, he said they were really accommodating. Like you needed less like, or there were less regulations. You needed less permits to film than usually. So missed opportunity, I guess, which is kind of sad. But hey, so I've been ranting for like way too long, 12 minutes or so, about like how disappointed I am. So I can just sum it up in, I'm disappointed in the media. Generally speaking, yes, focus on the good things, on the cool things, on the spectator-friendly games, yes, but maybe also shine a light on the issues. And I'm not even starting to talk about Elon Musk be visiting the final, because it's going to be in a different episode. So let me know what you think about the World Cup. Do you think, no, hey, you're overreacting, you're exaggerating, don't be like that, we needed some distraction, we don't want to hear about all the issues? Or do you agree with me and say like, yeah, focus on the games, sure, but maybe then also use sometimes, you're already there, why not educate people on what's actually happening, how many people died there, how they get screwed over, and so on. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts. Really, really curious. Maybe am I overreacting? Am I exaggerating? Let me know what you think. Shout out in the comments. As always, like, share, subscribe. If possible, rate this podcast, because it really helps to get a bigger audience, and then we can have a broader discussion to maybe come to a conclusion to some extent. So do that. Until then, stay safe, take care, and we'll talk soon. Sawadee Krap.